Hello everyone, we are Eliana Dal Sasso and Ilaria Camerini, Conservators at the Archivio di Stato di Rieti. We are going to talk about how the conservation approach in the Italian public institutions changed through time, and we will take the Archivio di Stato di Rieti as an example. This presentation is structured in 5 parts. First, we will briefly cite some events which had a strong impact on the history of the preservation of cultural heritage in Italy. Second, we will talk about the Archivio di Stato di Rieti. The third part will introduce the diverse professionals working in the archive. And the fourth part will illustrate how these diverse professionals collaborate together, each one according to their competencies in the archive. And the SNIA Viscosa project will be an example. Fifth, we will reflect on the positive effects that this kind of collaboration work had on the conservation today. The Italian tradition of conservation has distant origins. The role of art and conservation of cultural heritage have always been of great importance, but it was only at the beginning of the 20th century that the first laws on the subject were introduced, like, for example, the law known as the Bottai Law, which represented a significant step forward in Italian legislation of cultural heritage, establishing rules on what constitutes cultural heritage and the role of the state in its protection. In 1974, the Ministry of Culture was established, and this year, by the way, occurs the 50th anniversary. And here is a picture of the first Ministry of Culture, Giovanni Spadolini. Then, in 2004, the legislation in conservation moved a big step forward and the Cultural Heritage Code was enacted, and it is still in force today. During these years, the approach to conservation and the role of conservators changed radically with the emergence of a more scientific approach to conservation. As a result, conservators became figures enriched by other skills and thus able to collaborate with other types of professionals, from historians to archivists, chemists to physicists, and so on. Given the importance attributed to conservation, when the Archivio di Stato di Rieti was established in 1970, it was equipped with a bookbinding and box-making workshop and a conservation studio. While the workshop took on a role of national importance in 2002 for the production of storage containers for all Italian archives and national institutions, the conservation studio developed slower. Today, the conservation studio consists of 2 conservators who, as a side note, can enjoy a splendid view from their window, shown here in the slide. And the bookbinding and box-making workshop has 5 employees. And this is a great advantage for the internal work on archives collection, as the collaboration between the 2 workshops allow for restoration and rehousing projects to be carried out. Conservation has evolved into an integrated process involving the planning of comprehensive activities for entire collections. This approach spans from cleaning storage areas to ensuring the long-term preservation of items, thereby guaranteeing their accessibility for future users. Working at the archive means being involved in projects characterized by collaboration among diverse experts, including archivists, librarians, art historians, scientists, and historians. This multidisciplinary approach integrates conservation treatments into an all-encompassing project, highlighting historical, scientific, cultural, and educational aspects.
The collaboration among archives professionals is reflected in the conservation methodology applied to the SNIA Viscosa archive, an extensive and diverse archival collection originating from the 20th century SNIA Viscosa textile company and housed at the Archivio di Stato di Rieti. The archive has been saved from abandon in 2015 by the archive staff. As you can see in the pictures, the conservation state was terrible because the documents have been found inside the industry shut down in the early 2000s. The SNIA Viscosa archive comprises a variety of material, as technical drawings on tracing paper, cyanotypes, administrative documents, photographic prints, and glass plate negatives. The conservation treatment sought to address the unique challenges posed by these varied materials, balancing cost-effectiveness with constraints on budget, space, and time. The conservation strategies employed for this archive differ according to material typology, as documents, drawings, and photographs. The documents have been dry cleaned and disinfected by a specialized company in their facility. The drawings have been inventoried, digitized, dry cleaned, and treated after a study of suitable materials for conservation of technical drawings on tracing paper. The photographs, both positives and negatives, have been inventoried and cleaned. Finally, the drawings and the photographs have been rehoused using folders and cardboard boxes custom made by the archive bookbinding and box-making workshop. Collaborative contributions from students and professionals enriched the process. The Archivio Storico Luce supervised high school students studying the history of SNIA Viscosa company through the digitized images, and conservation students from Tor Vergata University undertook specialized treatments for tracing paper drawings. The collaborative effort of archivists and conservators culminated in the exhibition Le vie della seta artificiale, open on the 28th September 2024 at the Archive. The exhibition highlighted the importance of educational and cultural heritage promotion, key elements in increasing awareness, engaging younger generations and the broader public with cultural heritage. The high attendance at the exhibition demonstrates the involvement in the community, which can actively engage with a significant part of a local and personal memory. The Archivio di Stato di Rieti is a vibrant work environment where collaboration guarantees users accessibility to the conserved heritage. On the one hand, archivists and historians study the intellectual content of the documents, revealing the connection between them. On the other hand, conservators are experts of the document's material feature, bringing their historical manufacturing to light and assuring their future preservation. The SNIA Viscosa project is thus an example of how the cooperation between diverse professionals allow to elaborate work strategies involving a chain of specific activities for each discipline, where every professional is essential in order to make the culture accessible, having significance on the community.
Thank you very much for your attention, and please contact us if you have any questions and if you want to visit our conservation studio. Bye bye!
Bye!